3 hours of NXT, 6 hours of SummerSlam, 3 hours of Raw, 2 hours of SmackDown, and a 205 Live that nobody's watching. Except Enzo's on it now, I heard. So I might actually watch it after I'm done with this. Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Holy crap. If my math is correct, that's 3 carried a 9. And that's a crap ton of wrestling that we just all watched over the last 4 days. I think Brooklyn almost exploded. By the way, Brooklyn, you have proved yourself once again to be completely classless and troll the WWE while they bust their ass. Beach balls. And what's worse of all, the wave tonight? Really? That's oh, but let's celebrate bringing 4 days of the WWE back to Brooklyn again. When are they going to learn? Unreal. So let's get into this. There's a crap ton to talk about. I'm not going to talk about every single match on every single show. I can't do that. I'm freaking exhausted, especially after tonight's roller coaster of emotions. I felt so freaking bipolar. Oh my God. It's like, yay, they debuted Bobby Roode on SmackDown. Oh, but we're going to show you 80% of his match during the commercial in this little box in my TV that's this big. So I get to watch, I get to watch SmackDown like this, right in front of my TV, so I can see the little box of Bobby Roode up in my TV screen, even though I have a 50-inch TV. I was so pissed after that. You have absolutely no clue. But then they debuted Shelton Benjamin in a backstage segment that he looked incredibly awkward in. And they brought back Dolph Ziggler in another backstage segment. You can't win tonight. You can't win. It's like you get excited for a minute and then take it away. Now let's talk some NXT. No, I did like SmackDown overall. Just it was God. SmackDown was glorious. Let's talk NXT. It was very cool to see the band Code Orange open up the show. It gave it a classic feel. I don't know how classic you could really say. It reminded me of the days when they used to have bands play during, say, like WrestleMania, when 205, Jesus, I'm tired. It's freaking hot in here too. When Limp Bizkit, pardon my brain, when Limp Bizkit and like POD and Saliva used to play live during WrestleMania and stuff like that, that's what that reminded me of. Very cool. That tag team match shocked me. I did not think Sanity was going to actually win. I wanted them to win, but I did not think they were actually going to win. Very cool that Sanity won. And we get the debut, well, semi-debut. We already saw them on NXT, but now we saw them together, which I think is smart. I mean, they're carrying it over from New Japan and Ring of Honor. They've toured worldwide together. Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. Very smart. And it was just the tip of the iceberg for what was about to happen later in the show. Also very cool how they had Eric Young jump in the match, which was cool because he hasn't been around for a while. Not sure why. I didn't know if he was injured or what. But it was cool that they put more of the focus on Wolf and Killian Dane lately. And actually, that spot that Killian Dane did, that he completely smushed Nikki Cross. Holy cow. Props to her for taking that bump. Oh my gosh. Brutal. Seriously brutal. But kick-ass all the same. Almost had a feeling like Authors of Pain were going to debut on one of the shows on Raw or SmackDown. That did not happen, though. Maybe they'll get a rematch in the tapings. Who knows? Which is going to happen, tomorrow? Hideo Itami versus Aleister Black. Wow. What a striking match. Absolutely, I was like, almost like British strong style versus Japanese strong style. Wait, is Tommy End British? I don't think he is. He spent a lot of time over in England. That's what made me think he's British. I don't think he is, though. Maybe I'm just retarded. I don't know. Great match, though. NXT Women's Championship match. Match of the night. Not moment of the night, but match of the night. Asuka and Ember Moon absolutely killed it out there. And Asuka is still champ. It's funny because for how many months now I've been saying that Asuka's going to, okay, now it's her time to drop the championship. She's been champion long enough. And after X amount of months of predicting that, after, the three-ways, the four-ways, the one-on-ones, everything, finally I'm like, no, you know what? Asuka's going to win this one. And she did. So I think if and when she does get brought up to the main roster, it's going to be like Paige. They're going to bring her up to the main roster with the NXT Women's Championship, and they're just going to end up stripping it off of her. And she'll be undefeated. How long she'll stay undefeated on NXT and or the main roster is, hard to say. But, Triple H even put her over in an interview this past weekend saying, man, if I ever lose her from NXT, she's one of the big booking points, one of the big draws, to NXT for crowds coming to come see it. You know what? Give me just a second. Hang on. It's so freaking hot in here. Hang on. We're live. Don't care. Don't care. Freaking hot as hell. I don't know why. I just sit here and sweat. Yeah, I'm out of shape, but geez Louise. Women's match. What's next? Oh, the last match. There's only 5 matches on here. A little surprised. But, they were solid matches, and it was all very entertaining over the course of, 3 hours? 2.5, 3 hours, whatever it was. NXT Championship. Bobby Roode defending champion against Drew McIntyre. I swear, McIntyre has everything positive going for him that he deserves right now. The guy has busted his ass over the last few years to prove himself in the independent scene. By the way, and I mentioned this on the Ramblin' podcast, that we were talking about SummerSlam and everything. David Lagana put out a short documentary on his YouTube channel about Drew McIntyre's weekend during WrestleMania weekend when he ended his independent dates and he got the call back from WWE to join NXT. Very cool little documentary. I highly recommend it. It's fun. David Lagana followed him all over all weekend, and just cool to see, his transition and how he kind of rushed around all weekend, did this match, did that match, and then finally drove off straight to NXT Takeover. Very cool. So, Drew McIntyre wins the championship, and we get Red Dragon in the ring taunting the new champ, And who appears? None other than Adam Cole. Baby. Can't do it without a baby. Very, very cool debut. So many people, including myself, saying they hope, because, you know, how many times do we get like a debut of someone just sitting in the front row? They did that with Bobby Roode a year ago. They did that this year with Drew McIntyre, sitting in the front row. Ooh, he's here now. People pleading with the WWE, don't let Adam Cole debut while sitting on his hands. And they did it. They answered the fans' request, including mine. So it shows that they wanted something special for him, you know. Not that Bobby Roode and Drew McIntyre aren't special. It's just how they planned it, you know. It's how it came about. But this was great. So yeah, overall, tremendous NXT Takeover event. Now, SummerSlam. Holy crap, was I off with my predictions? Totally off. Not going to talk too much about the pre-show other than my frustration and my little rant. And I did this on the Ramblin' podcast. I'll repeat it here for those who don't watch the Ramblin' About Wrestling podcast that I'm also part of. Just in short, my frustration that if you're promoting the the pay-per-view on the pre-show that you're already watching, why are you putting commercials during your matches? That's already either technically it's free. It's on. You're probably watching it on the network. And they also show it free on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube or whatever. Tout, Vine, whatever. Instabook, whatever. Seriously, it's, you know, I was excited to see the two championship matches that were on the pre-show and completely take the air out of the room. What's the word I'm looking for? The excitement, the wanting to see more, and then you throw a promo. You know, same thing they did with Bobby Roode tonight on SmackDown. Yay, Bobby Roode's here. Oh, commercial. Way to shit on the new guy, you know. Unbelievable. And then your main event with AJ Styles and Kevin Owens, and you don't even show the little box up in the corner of the TV. So let's completely take all the momentum out of the room for that too. That's just that. I don't know. I shouldn't get angry at that, but I do. It's one of the few things in the WWE that seriously just, I don't know. It makes that little bipolar thing in the back of my head just tingle and just go absolutely freaking cuckoo. Wanted to drop kick my TV, which would have hurt me a lot more than my TV, I guarantee you. Considering my broken back and such, that would not have been pretty. And you know, my wife would have just sat there and laughed at me. So the pre-show, I mean, for the matches for what they were fun. Didn't really care about the first one. It was nice that they put the Miz Taraj versus Jordan and the Hardys on there. A little surprised that Miz won, you know, because my assumption was going to be, Jason Jordan gets the win on the pay-per-view pre-show, which will lead to an Intercontinental Championship chance or shot, whatever, match at the next pay-per-view. That didn't happen. So maybe Jason Jordan will pull Hawkins and lose a bunch of matches and turn heel. I don't know, but whatever. I keep picturing Jason Jordan, ripping off his outfit and going, bleh! It's, sticking out his tongue like a madman. And one of these days he's just going to stay like that, and it's going to be absolutely hilarious. So yeah, Miz Taraj won. Neville got the NXT. Dear God, I'm tired. Neville got the Cruiserweight Championship back. Holy shnikes. That surprised me. I assumed Tozawa was going to retain at the pre-show, but way to shake the... I mean, they really shook things up at SummerSlam. I'll give them that. The show wasn't perfect by any means, but they shook things up. For the 30th SummerSlam, we had, 5, 6 title changes? It was crazy. We had the Cruiserweight. We had Elias Sampson. Oh, jeez Louise. No, I like Elias Sampson, but don't get me started on that. The SmackDown Tag Champs changed back to the Usos, which I liked. The Usos are knocking it out of the park. I like them. Natalya won. That's 3. Had a bunch of crazy hiccup matches. Sasha Banks won. Took the title from Bliss. That's 4. What am I missing? Oh, Rollins and Ambrose won. That's 5. And then Styles kept his. Jinder kept his. And Lesnar kept his. What a wild night. So, yeah, we had a lot of title changes. All over the place. NXT, SummerSlam. But, yeah, I'm happy. I was shocked by Tozawa losing. I was happy about the Usos winning. I predicted the New Day to win. So that's another shakeup. And I've talked about this several times on this show. Always looking for WWE to shake things up and surprise us. And we had a lot of surprises this weekend. So I'm not upset about that. All right, main card. John Cena, Baron Corbin. I didn't even mark who won. Who did I say was going to win? Oh, I said Cena was going to win. Oh, okay. That was actually the first one I got right. Cena won. LOL. No surprise there. Heard there's a lot of heat on Baron Corbin. How much of that is true? I don't know. Sometimes they just love to make up stories. But yeah, I've heard he's got a lot of heat on him for whatever reason. Took the case off of him a few days before. SmackDown Women's Championship. Natalya is finally Women's Champion. No cash-in. I had predicted that there was going to be a cash-in from Carmella. It would have been par for the course. Just thinking about how much they've crapped on Natalya over the years. The farting gag, everything. No matches at WrestleMania. She's one of the hardest working and best women professional wrestlers on the WWE roster. And the fact that she's finally women's champion. I mean, she was Divas champion before, but that, she's on another level, than all the powder puff divas over the years. So, there's, with the women's revolution and everything, it's only appropriate that she is now finally champion. And hats off to Naomi for bringing a little bling to the title and whatever. But, when you've got more charisma than talent in the ring, it's like, okay, it's time to change it up. Not saying that Naomi has no talent. I'm not saying that. I'm saying Natalya's a better wrestler. Okay. So happy about Natalya. And no cash in, little surprised, was like, oh, they stripped Corbin. What's another way to just drive that in a little deeper? Let's have Carmella cash in and SummerSlam and win against Natalya. Didn't happen. Very surprised. Thought it was going to happen tonight on SmackDown. Didn't happen. So when is Carmella going to cash in on Natalya, and is she going to be successful? Big question. And is James Ellsworth going to get in the mix and help? I still say Ellsworth should go to 205 Live and be a hype guy for Enzo Amore. Actually, Enzo Amore is his own hype guy. He doesn't need that. What's next here? Big Cass versus the Big Show. I fast forward this until the end where Enzo Amore, how appropriate, oiled himself. Enzo Amore must be a Joey Ryan fan. Oiled himself up, got through the shark cage bars. Absolutely hilarious. He starts taking off his clothes and then oils himself down. Like the whole segment was just ridiculous. And then escapes, actually gets through because he's so little, and hangs there. Cass is staring at him. Big boot. Enzo's dead. And then on Raw, to talk about some aftermath, the Brooklyn, what was it? The New York street fight, Brooklyn street fight, whatever the hell they called it. And I'm not a big fan of the whole. Number one, I wasn't a big fan of the tag team split up that they did. And then the feud just got annoying. Cass got himself injured. No actual details yet, other than he's got a knee injury and could be out several months. So, hey, Big Cass, I sincerely do wish you a speedy recovery. You may dislike people, on the show. You dislike them because they're doing their job and being a heel and blah, 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 blah. You don't wish them to get hurt, but it happens, it happens, unfortunately. And that's a risk you take in this business, So yeah. Big Cass injured, wins the match against Big Show. Hats off to Big Show for putting over another big guy. He's done it several times this year. Strowman, Cass, how long is Big Show going to be around? I don't know. And he's in the best shape of his career. That's what's crazy. He could go another couple years, through 3, 4, 5 years. I'm sure he's tired, though. He's in the best shape of his life, and I'm sure he wants to enjoy it. So who knows? Hats off to Big Show. Randy Orton versus Rusev. 10-second match. And that's honestly all I can say about it. I feel bad for Orton. B, I feel bad for Rusev. And C, who pissed off the higher ups that they gave him a 10-second match? Sad. The whole feud, Rusev comes out to the ring, RKO. Rusev comes out to the ring, RKO. SummerSlam hits, brawl. Ding, ding. 10 seconds later, whoops, miss, RKO. End of match. Orton wins, LOL. Weird. I don't know what to say about it. It's crazy. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Raw Women's Championship match: Bliss and Banks. Whew. It's getting warm in here again. Love Bliss and Banks. Good match. A little surprised that Sasha Banks won. But, you know, just one of the many title changes that we had this weekend. Crazy. Good match. Bray Wyatt, I'm going to try to keep some of this short and sweet because I'm freaking tired. But I didn't want to go, you know, and not talk about SummerSlam at all from this past weekend because there's so much happened. Some good, some bad. Bray Wyatt, Finn Balor. It was very cool to see Finn Balor and the new Demon. Little twist on the entrance. It was nice to see. New paint. We haven't seen the Demon since before he was injured. I don't think he's done it since he's been back. But nonetheless, very cool to see. Had a very awkward match with Jason Jordan. I mean, the match was okay. Just weird that he got paired up in a match with Jason Jordan on Raw the next day. So who knows what's going to happen? I don't know. Maybe that was one of those last minute, well, we got to put him on Raw. What do we do with him? I don't know. It's weird. Raw Tag Team Championships. Great match. Cesaro. Hashtag shove that beach ball up your ass, Brooklyn. Cesaro. Yeah. Cesaro and Sheamus versus Ambrose and Rollins. Solid match. Not match of the night, but just fun to see Ambrose and Rollins back again. They almost looked a little rusty, I think. Just like some of the stuff they were doing together looked a little like, oh, wait, what are we doing? Oh, yeah, you know, looked a little off. Still a lot of fun, though, you know. I was a little, okay, this is how I had originally thought things were going to go down. That Cesaro and Sheamus were going to win, and that the loss of not winning the tag team championships would have fueled Ambrose and Rollins to help Reigns win the main event. That's how I booked SummerSlam. Did not happen. But nonetheless, wasn't pissed about it. Just was a little surprised. You know, that would have been, you know, and I know everyone tells me, Jason, you just got to let the Shield stuff go. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not, you know, it didn't ruin my weekend or anything. I was just, you know, kind of hoping it would happen. Try not to overthink this, but like I said, obviously I did because I got like over half of my predictions wrong. But whatever. Fun match. Ambrose and Rollins are tag team champions. And they beat the Hardys on Monday Night Raw. That was interesting. Almost thought we were going to get an Authors of Pain debut out of that one. That would have been crazy. Although to throw them right in the tag team championship mix, I don't know. Maybe too early. But obviously they didn't show up on Monday or Tuesday. So we'll see what happens. And that's not to say that it's not going to happen. Maybe they're going to like spread out their debuts over the course of the next month for the superstar shakeup that's rumored to happen. Well, we already got Bobby Roode on SmackDown. So we'll see what else happens in the coming weeks. We got Shelton Benjamin too. Can't forget about that. United States title. Fun match. Styles retains. A lot of drama with Shane McMahon. Cool to see. And then the absolute slobber knocker of the main event. Almost skipped over Nakamura and Jinder Mahal. Kind of wanted Nakamura to win. Not going to lie. I'm not sure, you know, maybe they'll save it for No Mercy. I don't know. Actually, that's the Raw one. They would not do that. Wait. No Mercy. No Mercy is the Raw one, isn't it? September? I saw Alexa Bliss on the promo, so it's Raw. Yeah. So no, Nakamura would not face Jinder Mahal for the championship. Are they doing that next week? Because I got to wait 2 months till the next one. Nonetheless, Nakamura faced the Singh brothers in tremendous fashion on SmackDown tonight. Crazy. So yeah, Jinder Mahal is still your WWE champion in the 30th anniversary of SummerSlam, being the 50th WWE champion. All right. Universal Championship. Lesnar versus Reigns versus Strowman versus Joe. Crazy. Absolutely crazy match. As soon as they wheeled out Lesnar, I was like, oh, they're going to pull. Max yelled at me for my example of this, but off the top of my head, it was the first thing that came to me as far as recent examples of when they did something similar to this. The Hell in a Cell match when they were wheeling out Sasha Banks and she came back in to continue the match. She didn't win it, but she continued. First thing off the top of my head. Probably not a good example, but nonetheless, I'm elderly, all right? Give me a break. No, not elderly. Feel like it some days. Not elderly, though. So, yeah. SummerSlam, crazy. Ton of title changes. Overall, pretty fun. Not every match knocked it out of the park. But overall, a fun show. But by no means perfect. Let me jump in Raw real quick. I know I'm missing something to talk about here. Oh! The one thing that got me excited, and I know they're putting forth, okay, so Strowman attacked Lesnar, laid him out. There's your main event for No Mercy. Guarantee it. They touched on a possible feud between John Cena and Roman Reigns. That's probably going to be your match. But what I would like to see, okay, when Joe came down, all right, that whole first segment was absolutely nuts, okay? First of all, Cena showing up on Raw, very interesting. Free agent, whatever. He was on SmackDown for a year, fine. There's part of your superstar shakeup. Excuse me. When Joe started to beat up Cena, highlight of my Raw, and I'm not saying because Joe beat up Cena as in I wanted to see Cena beat up. No, don't take it like that. I'm saying that because since Joe has stepped foot in the WWE, I have wanted to see a feud between Joe and Cena. They trained together in Hollywood, and I don't remember what Fed it was or what company it was, excuse me. 2000-ish, way back then, okay? Give or take a year. They trained together, and it was just interesting that even though they were in the same company training together, Cena's career went one direction, Samoa Joe's went the other. Samoa Joe went FIP, Ring of Honor, TNA, what have you. Cena went Ohio Valley Wrestling, WWF, or excuse me, WWE. You know what I mean? So it's just interesting. And now they've lined up again. So I am dying to see Samoa Joe and John Cena. I would much rather see that than Cena and Reigns. Down the road, I would like to see Cena and Reigns. For now, I'd like to see Cena versus Joe. Save Cena versus Reigns for like WrestleMania, okay, and then bring back the full Shield reunion and have everybody destroy Cena, whatever. Fantasy booking, pardon me. It'll never happen. Bite me, whatever. You don't know. Then, what else? I'm missing something here from Raw. Balor versus Jordan. Hardys versus Ambrose and Rollins. That was fun. Cass gets injured. Cruiserweights had a fun match. If you blinked, you missed it. And that's about it. Overall, a fun Raw. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, Elias. Elias was on point all weekend. Hilarious. Two sold out shows. Tremendous. Elias Sampson sold out the Barclays. Beautiful. And then I can't think of anything else I was just flipping through the results. I couldn't remember. And then SmackDown, like I mentioned, SmackDown tonight, Bobby Roode debuted, was upset how they did his match. 80% of his match was during the commercial. Like I said, way to shit on the new guy. It's very frustrating. But ecstatic that Bobby Roode's on SmackDown. Very happy about that. Gable and Shelton Benjamin, new tag team, debuting next week. And Dolph Ziggler is going to show up with bells and whistles next week. What are they doing with Ziggler? Ziggler's been dealing with a lot of personal stuff, family-related issues. Something happened with his brother. I don't remember what. Some murder case or something. So I'm guessing that is part of the reason why WWE has kept him away, so that he can deal with personal family stuff. That, everyone's like, oh, they don't have anything for him. Of course, that's the easiest thing to say. They don't have anything for him. No, he's dealing with personal stuff. That's what I'm assuming it is. So you can believe what you want to believe. I think it's family stuff. Anyways. So, I'm excited to see Ziggler back. What are they going to do with him? Dear God, I don't know. Breezango showed up. They were off duty this week. They were supposed to take the week off, but they were on. And I saw people complaining online that SmackDown was crap because Breezango wasn't on SmackDown. And then 5 minutes later, they showed up. So it's like, okay, change your mind. Segment with Kevin Owens, very comical. Awkward tag match with the women. Almost a cash-in. Hype Bros. Hype Bros were on SmackDown. That was fun to watch. I like this. I'm not a big fan of the Hype Bros. I'm a fan of Mojo Rawley. So, whatever. Whatever. I like Mojo Rawley. What are you going to say? Card carrying member. It's in my wallet somewhere. I don't know. And then the chaos with the United States champion. So, yeah. And I said after this, I'll probably watch 205 Live just to watch the awkwardness of Enzo coming out on 205 Live. Can't wait. So, yeah. That's it. This whole crazy freaking umpteenth hours of wrestling. I'll give the whole thing I'll say 4 stars, because we had a lot of. It wasn't perfect by any means, but 4 out of 5 stars. I was happy with most of it. Surprised by a lot of it. Some of it was 10-second Randy Orton Rusev match. Those two could have put on a hell of a match. Oh, we ran out of time. You got 6 hours to do SummerSlam. Don't tell me you ran out of time, for crying out loud. Unbelievable. All right, so that's going to do it for this one. Lucha Underground tomorrow night. Will try my best to get a review in Thursday night. You never know when stuff's going to pop up and I can't do what I want to do on here. But still planning on doing it. Very excited. Johnny Mundo versus Rey Mysterio for the Lucha Underground Championship. And then the next night, Johnny Impact debuts on Global Force Wrestling. Can't wait to see what he does on there. Crazy. What a week. Jeez Louise. SummerSlam, NXT, Lucha Underground, the finals of the Cueto Cup, and Fallout from Destination X on Global Force Wrestling. Wow. If my head does not fall off by the end of the week, it'll be a damn miracle. That's it for this one. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in a couple days for the Cueto Cup review. Much love, peace. If you like what you're watching, give it a like. If you really like it, give it a sub. Share it with your family, friends, your aunt, your uncles, your pets. If your pets are into watching bald guys with weird beards on YouTube. Yeah, that's a thing. No, it really is. See ya.